What's up, guys? It's Max.
And Bill.
And we went and played Far Cry 4 recently. And I actually went home early because I had a horrible earache, and wearing a pair of big-ass Astro headphones on that and having men shooting guns in my ears wasn't fun for that. So here's Bill doing his homework and playing the game. And really good at it, apparently.
Super good.
Bill, what's up? What's going on with this build of the game?
So the build is about, from time of release, about 2 months old. So this build is from 2 months before release. I had some issues with it, which hopefully will be fixed by release, but they're cutting a little close.
Okay.
So Far Cry 4 is built on the Far Cry 3 engine. Like, pretty much everything looks pretty similar.
Pull my finger.
Which, if you squint really hard, it looks pretty, but I found a lot of it to be pretty ugly, and I'm not really a graphics snob either.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I've people bitched about Far Cry 3 on consoles, and I thought that given the hardware, it was pretty nice. And like, there's some stuff you go up close and it's like muddy as hell, but like, there's all these amazing huge vistas you see from afar, and I think that's really like, I mean, it's not macro cry, it's Far Cry. You're not supposed to look at things up close
In a first-person shooter.
Yeah, I mean, you were bitching about like the alpha on some stuff, and I think look at this trees and shit are nice, and your driving sucks ass.
Yeah. So there's actually, I have a huge issue with the driving.
Yeah, they changed some shit there.
They've added a bunch of features to the game, most of which are pretty cool. They've added driving while like shooting from the vehicle while you're driving.
Yeah, which is like, I mean, obviously the huge big addition here is co-op. Like, that's the kind of the core thing, is you can have your friend come in and ride the pegs on your BMX bike, and you go down to the mini mart together, and your friend can shoot his gun off the top of the mini car. But to do that, they kind of had to retrofit the way you control.
Yeah, so the vehicles control entirely on the left stick.
So it's like Halo, kind of.
Actually, Halo, you use both sticks, but it's kind of like if you drove the Warthog on one stick, which is very unwieldy, obviously. And to kind of offset how unwieldy it is, they added an auto drive feature. So the auto drive will just randomly kick in. But the problem there is the auto drive isn't extremely smart. It drove me into trees a few times, and it's just really, really hard to try to drive, especially if you're trying to shoot.
From what I've gathered, if you got a waypoint on, the auto drive that's where it kicks in.
Yeah, but I'm talking about, like, who plays Far Cry and drives down the road? You're driving through trees
Computers.
and stuff. Yeah.
Apparently.
But, you're generally trying to drive over hills and drive through trees.
Okay, like, that looks fucking pretty. That's really pretty right there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just, like, I'm a sucker for that.
It's mostly just, like, the spaces in between where I found things that didn't look so great. And, the faces still kind of look like white rubber. Mm-hmm. And for a next-gen game, obviously, it's, they haven't completely rebooted it, but it's all right. It's not bad.
Yeah, the engine they used was, it looked gorgeous on PC. Nice jump there, nice air.
Yeah.
What are you trying to do? Where are you trying to go right now?
I don't remember. I think I'm just looking for points of interest. Oh, I think I'm going up to the Karma point right now. So they've added Karma points, where it's just random world events. Usually like militants have a villager hostage, or there's a fight between the two sides, and you can go in and kill the bad guys and get Karma or whatever. I think I was having a hard time trying to get over this hill because the traversal is what it is.
Some of the rocks are made out of ice, but you can't tell because they're all cleverly disguised as rocks.
Yeah. My shooting with this revolver was terrible, by the way.
Well, it's good you stuck with it.
But it reloads real cool.
So speaking of guns, what are the Karma is used to unlock guns, isn't it, or something?
I don't really know what the Karma's for. I didn't really catch the thread there.
Yeah, we kind of jumped into this is like mostly post tutorial. There's a few kind of pop up pieces of information, but this is kind of like. Yeah, you get a discount of trading points.
Okay.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, so I think that's funny. They're like, you've been good, now you can have things used to kill.
Yes. Also, while I was in the shop, there's a lot of customization, which is cool. So like you can buy different skins and stuff.
Yeah, that's a holdover from 3.
But one thing that is new is you can buy the RoboCop gun that was in Blood Dragon.
I like this. You can truly masturbate in this game.
Yes, you can throw bait to attract aggressive animals, and you can throw grenades at pigs, and they go flying.
That's what I like to play in a game. You're playing this. This is how Max Scoville plays Far Cry.
That's how I play Far Cry too.
Oh, poor pig.
Apparently, the eagles will come down and attack you. I didn't experience this, but that sounds really cool.
Yeah, they showed us a clip of an eagle stealing a goat. Like I did their Comic-Con panel, and there's like, here's some shit that we didn't think was real, but totally is. I guess there's some big ass birds out there.
So they've obviously touched up, the skill trees.
So this is interesting, because in 3, they had the most nonsensical fucking Paxson approach to a skill tree. They were like, do you want to take the path of the spider, the shark, or the different animal? And it's like, the spider will let you swim underwater faster, and like the shark will let you craft more effective wallets. And you're like, what the fuck does any of that mean? In this case, they basically have broken it up. I mean, the idea there was like kind of stealth and approach, or like sneaky stealthy.
Yeah, it's kind of the tiger tree is more aggressive and the elephant tree is more
it's like
defensive.
Yeah, which actually I think that makes much more sense. But the other one was they just divided them up all willy nilly for no reason.
And that was another new feature is the grappling hook thing.
Oh, the grappling hook is badass.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
I like that you don't just use it to climb up walls, but you actually have to like swing and jump onto other platforms.
Yeah, when I was playing, I had a few little kind of hiccups with that, just because it's totally not like it doesn't behave like a Batman grappling hook. Like it's actually like a piece of like a piece of thing in the game. It's not just a straight line.
Yeah.
But they in addition, what's it's the triggers let you climb and descend, which is totally like an unusual kind of control.
Yeah, it took me a minute to figure that out. Yeah. And by figure that out, I mean have somebody tell me.
Yeah. So here's a bell tower, which is the new radio tower. Not much really new happening there. It's like kind of more climbing and jumping.
Yeah, they have made them. They have I think made them a little trickier to traverse the towers and stuff like that. Like you have to, it's a little bit of a puzzle solving thing.
I like that.
Really.
There was one that I did that had like the way you proceeded was you had to kick over a pile of boxes to go through a hole in the wall, which was like more interesting than just balancing across a stupid beam.
Yeah.
There's still lots of balancing on beams, though.
This is me sucking with a revolver.
Picked a great gun to show off, Bill.
Yeah, well, revolvers are cool. And look how cool it is when I reload it.
You are so almost dead.
Yeah, I make it through this, don't worry. I unlocked the skill point.
Cool. Pull my finger. See, I mean, I'm not particularly interested in, like, Himalayan stuff, or, like, it's one of those areas I wouldn't really... Like, Far Cry 3, I was immediately like, I'm going to go to the tropical islands and do windsurfing, and in this case, I'm like, I don't know a whole lot about what's going on here, but I like the aesthetic a lot. I think it's got some potential.
Yeah, I don't know, I find the foreground stuff, like, obviously the background's all mountains and stuff, but I find the foreground stuff to be... like, not that different from Far Cry 3. Like, actually, now that I think about it, like, I didn't even notice that it was different from Far Cry 3, except for, like, the temples and stuff like that.
Well, it's I can tell you, I mean, I've been playing Far Cry 3 recently. It's a huge step up.
Yeah.
Like, just in terms of, graphics. It might be the same, basic shapes and shit, but the textures are way higher res. And
I did some fun things that I don't think are in this clip, including going into a temple and just stealing everything in front of the people worshiping in the temple.
Nice. The fuck is that?
That's an oxygen tank.
Oh.
And boom goes the dynamite.
Right on. Oh, look at that. Oh, the fire's nice. We like fire.
I like fire.
I like to burn things. Oh, you were just trying to find that, I guess.
Yep, getting treasures. I got a lapel pin. The inventory limitations kind of got on my nerves a bit, because it's just like you immediately...
I mean, this is early in the game.
Yeah. I mean, I also, while I'm playing this at a preview event, I'm not really doing things like, let me go back to the village and sell all the stuff I've collected.
That's true. That's a good point.
So just take that with a grain of salt. But
yeah. They did give you a fuck pile of money to buy stupid guns with.
Yes, they did. That's why I bought a pink shotgun.
Nice.
And a golden revolver.
I used to always say when I worked at a gas station where people would come in and buy peach flavored Skoal, like peach chewing tobacco. I'd always be like, that's like a shotgun with tassels on it. Like, what's wrong with you?
Shit, now I want a shotgun with tassels on it.
We'll probably have that for some Uplay coins.
All right.
God, why are you using this gun? You're terrible.
Well, I didn't want to go back to the village.
Are you trying to scare him? Like, what are you doing?
It was actually reminding me a bit of Fallout New Vegas. It was really hard to use the revolvers in New Vegas.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I get there. I get there eventually. I may flow along that.
So did you get any elephant time in here?
No.
Because the elephants are really, really cool. Like, I played around them a little bit at one of the demos I did, and, it's like you can hit people and run over things and stuff. But then I got in one here, and there was much more guys around. Totally different area. and you can fucking headbutt Jeeps and just send them barrel rolling away.
Oh,
they just go rolling. And then I ran into a weird little bug. I don't know if it's a bug or just like how the AI works. But
you can see me fucking this up a few times here.
Okay, good. Well, I'll talk about unrelated things then. But I did this thing where I was in kind of like the home base camp where there's a bunch of kind of rebel guys hanging around. They're not trying to attack me or anything. They're like the good guys. But then I decided to get on an elephant and start attacking them in their little Jeeps. And they got really pissed off, and they started trying to shoot me and throw firebombs at me and stuff. But then they hit the elephant got pissed off, and I got off the elephant, and I decided to go start a mission. So I went to this woman and started this like kind of in-game cutscene type thing. And she's talking to me, and she's like, "You must join the Golden Path. Ajay, it's so good you're back here." And in the background, there's just like screaming and gunfire, and there's like elephants running by. It was nice. I like that. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but, you know, what are you going to do?
I like kicking things in this game. I like kicking things in all games.
Yeah, the kicking is nice. That's a nice little Titanfall-looking kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, those they straight up just retextured the rope there.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
They're like, let's make it look
it's cliffhanger rope.
Yeah. Colorful climbing rope.
I want some cliffhanger DLC for this. I want to be Sylvester Stallone and try to hunt down John Lithgow.
Sure. I want some the Golden Child DLC for this.
Yes.
I'd be so down with that.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah, the dagger in that is straight up the dagger from Uncharted 2. I mean, it's one of those things, was it like a Dorja or something? I forget. The Buddhist lightning bolt, but that being said, that's straight up the same knife.
Alright, I'm freeing a bell tower now. So graceful.
That's how radios work, I think. And you get a nice... Oh, look at that. That's pretty. Probin's house. Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, we went into this not knowing what the fuck was going on. This is just this kind of exploring, I guess, which is what you do. They're burning some people there. So where to now?
I don't remember. Oh, here's... so, I think it's... we'll see it here in a second. I think it's a nice touch that they add, like, trash to the dashboard of the cars, but they stay static even though you're bumping around on hills and stuff. So it's like, I'm just going to choose to believe it's a Nepalese tradition to glue trash to your dashboard. Well, it's probably
because soda is very sticky and it glued it acted as its own adhesive.
Yeah, that's totally possible.
I bet that's it. There's probably something you unlock where it's like, man, it sure is hot in Nepal, contrary to popular belief, and that causes soda to melt.
All of the trash melted to the dashboard.
A candle was there before, and then it melted. Oh, and here's the gyrocopter.
Yeah, here we go.
Which is pretty awesome. Like, those things are fun.
I'm going to pick up this supply mission real quick. Ooh, I got sparklers. Found a lot of vintage porn.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I think it's funny. It's such a kind of, like, a cheap solution to having interesting loot, where they just tell you what it is. Like, they don't actually have any visuals for it. Like, there's, I think, like, 2 or 3 icons that they have in the actual loot bag.
Yeah, I thought it was always interesting, like, in Far Cry 3. It's like, oh, here's a bowl. Here's some pot. I found some... shitty weed in this one.
I mean, it's just, it lets you know what you're looking at.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like it's funny little touches like that.
Yeah.
Like, you would totally find shitty weed just lying around, and some old porn glued to a dashboard.
I'd be taking old porn.
Yeah, you would.
I'd be a porn hunter in the wilderness there.
I wonder what it's like to jack off in high altitude. Probably just like faint.
I mean, you can find that out for yourself next time you go on an airplane.
So, I mean, it is pretty necessary to have shooting from vehicles when you have something like a gyrocopter, because you can't just strap a machine gun to a gyrocopter. That wouldn't be right.
So the version that we played at, or that I played at E3 and PAX, that had a more traditional control scheme. Maybe you'll be able to change it. I don't know.
I would like to be able to turn off the auto drive.
Yeah, but the driving with one stick is kind of
it's awful. It's really awful.
It's odd. I mean, it takes some getting used to. I don't hate it right off the bat, but it's definitely counterintuitive compared to how it was before.
Very unwieldy.
I think that they just kind of kept I think they made the controls from the gyrocopter kind of carry over to vehicles or other vehicles. Ah! Yeah, burn it to death.
Fuck that tiger.
Man.
Ah,
It's full of fire.
I'm gonna keep doing this while I'm burning. Killed that Benghazi tiger.
Okay, that's handy. That's huh? Yeah, that looks like they kind of borrowed the same thing from Blood Dragon, where the cyborg hearts used in Blood Dragon were the shit you ripped out of the cyborg guys.
Yeah.
And in this case, it's just meat you rip out of animals is used as bait.
Exactly.
That's reasonable. I like
Yeah,
that.
that's pretty cool. Just gives you another way to fuck with outposts and stuff like that.
I love it. Yeah, that's really what I'm in it for. Oh, you can move bodies now.
Yeah, you can move bodies.
I did some shit with that. It's kind of funny because they're very very ragdolly, very floppy.
I think at one point later in this, I throw a body into a fire. I found some swagweed, which I hate. I hate that word, but
Swag?
It's just shitty weed.
That's the silver knife. That's a pipe.
Yeah, it's a pipe. I don't understand that. I found a Bible. The Bible is worth very little money, so I threw it out. A pager. I didn't even notice that. I was just looking at money at this point.
Opium pipe. That's a diamond. Okay.
So some of their icons are off. A large emerald is a pipe instead
you all
of
that birth control
tool.
real fast, and then the animals will avoid you because of your different hormones.
I'm trying to get my shotgun back here. Get my pink shotgun. Yeah.
Huh.
Maxi pad. That's a good loot to get. Just
It could be like in Josh and Sam. You get a head injury and you just wear it on your head.
Exactly.
No one remembers that movie.
I think maxi pads were originally designed as bandages in World War One.
That's true.
And then women were like, "Hey, we can put these on our vaginas."
I thought it was tampons were used to like stop up bullet wounds or something.
No, that's something that happened
That's
later.
an episode of Beavis and Butthead.
Yes. Alright, and on to the next supply pickup. This is me getting really disoriented with the camera and gyro controls.
Yeah, it's weird because you're like an owl. You can turn your head around completely, pretty much. And yeah,
the textures on the vehicles look really nice. I'll give it that.
Pop in on that bridge.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Well, I'm going over there.
Oh, I know you're gonna do that. I'm just saying, what are you gonna do about it's a bridge you want?
What about the bridge?
Shut up.
I don't know what you're saying, Max.
I don't know. There's a little bit of texture pop in.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that.
I think there's hover. Wow,
I landed too hard there.
A little bit rough there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try that again.
It wasn't even that hard. Like that might have broken the skids or something, but I don't think it would make me explode.
You're flying around on a giant spinning blade that's attached to a small jar of gasoline and a machine that makes fire come out of it. What do you want?
Yeah, okay. So at another point when I was flying the gyrocopter, I don't think it's in this clip, but I landed the gyrocopter, and then I walk out, and then I hear a noise behind me. I look behind me, and the gyrocopter had just, like, started flying into a cliff on its own and exploded.
It's because you left it in drive, probably.
I have no option to put it in park.
Is that a piñata?
Are you a piñata?
I wish I was a piñata. I'm going to be a piñata in a couple weeks after Halloween. I'm going to be full of candy.
I'm going to hit you with a stick.
Dressed up like a colorful donkey.
Oh, this is going to be real embarrassing. I remember this.
Okay.
So just watch how this plays out. And, oh, I hit that hill. So, bye. Thanks. Good times.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
I'm like an old lady who takes a bus for one stop.
Uh-oh. It's a cat?
It's a jaguar or a cheetah or whatever.
It had like a really short attention span, and now it's got very fast rigor mortis.
Yes. Oh, and I got someone coming up on me. It's me shooting very poorly again and getting hit in the face with a gun. Don't you just feel guilty when you blind fire like crazy and get a headshot?
No, that's how I play games. See, I'm kind of glad I didn't play more of this because I really just want to play the finished game and just get to sink my teeth into it properly.
Yeah. I feel like I'll definitely want to dig into this once I've finished Mordor, because Mordor is kind of scratching the same itch for me.
Yeah, it's that fucking with AI that I love.
Yeah,
that's my favorite thing.
Yeah, just running around and doing crazy stuff.
It's just playing Home Alone, basically.
Yeah.
Playing practical jokes with fire and animals. I wish there was a Home Alone movie where that happened. Where he's like, oh, this is my zoo. I have to protect it. What are you doing?
I'm throwing bait at these bad guys over here. Actually, I don't even know if they're bad guys. I think I just want people to die.
That's fair. I know you're stealthing.
Oh yeah, they are bad guys. I remember this now.
There's their elephant, which doesn't seem to give a shit.
Yeah.
Is it a bear?
It's I don't know.
Bill, I'm never letting you demo gameplay again.
Yeah, well, you did. This is your fault.
You're going to jail. You're going to video game jail.
Okay.
I'm making you play Ride to Hell Retribution.
But I'm a gamer. I love to game.
It's not fucking Gears of War. Get out from there.
Yeah, if I rushed in there, I was gonna die. Like, that would not be a question.
You have grenades and meats.
I think I was out of grenades. I think I just had the bait.
Is it a bear? It's a bear!
Yeah,
it's a
bear.
Fucking bear! It's a bear! Yes!
Bear awareness month.
Oh, bears are great. I like them. I'm glad there's bears in this.
I don't know why. That was a weird reload sequence.
It's in a similar thing to bullet time. It's shell time.
Yeah.
Why did the bear have ammo?
Yeah, I don't know. That was a bug. Because the bear did not have ammo.
Bear is holding ammo. How can it be?
Here's me trying to deal with being in a tight spot and work with these controls, which was very difficult.
Yeah, it's special hot for going in reverse.
Yeah, that's
Well, all right. Sort of like driving a forklift.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just let him get past me, get to that bait.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've gathered, it looks like a bigger, prettier, Far Cry 3 with some new mechanics thrown in.
Yeah,
I'm totally okay with that. And the co-op, I think, is going to make an entirely different game.
Yeah, that's really the thing that was missing from Far Cry 3.
Yeah.
So hopefully that all works really well. And then they got all that crazy PS4 stuff where it's like you can let friends play with you for a bit.
You can play while you're on the toilet with your Vita or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fucking endangered species. Yeah, I mean, I went into Far Cry 3 being like, I think this is going to be fun. Like, I think this is going to be a fun game. I think the story is going to be hot trash. And I remember just actually getting surprisingly into the story, in spite of all of its just rampant, culturally destructive tendencies. Yeah,
we didn't get a lot of the main story stuff from the demos that we've had. I feel like what's the name of the guy you play as in this?
Ajay Gale.
Ajay
Ghale.
Ajay. It feels like with the the instant speech and stuff like that, like when you're skinning animals and stuff. Like I feel like I'm just playing as Jason Brody again. He doesn't feel like a different person really. But again, we haven't seen like any of the story stuff from in the game. We've only seen what's been released.
I hope that Pagan Min's as interesting as Voss was. I think he's got some potential there. Hope that you get to burn another pot farm down.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That was a interesting mission in Far Cry 3. I really don't like the driving controls.
Well, we don't like you much either, so. Hey, climb a thing. Climb a thing.
That's what I'm doing.
Climb it.
That's what I'm doing. I'm doing it. Also, this is pre-recorded.
Do it.
It's happening right now.
How are you playing this? Your hands on the table. We're playing this on a MacBook Pro using an emulator called VLC.
Yeah, so I grapple hooked up here, and then I couldn't even get over it.
The grappling hook stuff that I saw, it's kind of similar to the bell towers, and then there's sort of a puzzle element to it, and you've got to figure out where the next one's going to go.
Yeah, and I took a wrong turn and kind of screwed myself here.
Yep. Well, this is how I play games as well, so.
So this will be me not getting there in time.
Well, it's okay. We're almost out of time on our end, too, so. What are you going to do? Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to this, you know. Like, I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt in spite of a few technical hiccups here and there. The driving, I think, you know, it'll take some getting used to, but I mean, I don't know any other first-person games where you're able to drive and shoot at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, this demo for me, it kind of tempered my expectations. That, along with Shadow of Mordor being as very good at the things that
you also
this does.
aren't riding any goddamn elephants, so...
Yeah, but you get to ride a grog. Oh, me playing this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm riding an elephant right there. You could have ridden that elephant off a cliff. Yeah, you did fail the quest. You didn't fly any elephants.
Yeah, but so I mean, yeah. I hope it works out. I hope it's fun. I hope it's good. I'm definitely going to play it anyway. So
yeah, and that comes out November
something.
November. We should probably know this. November. I'm going to say 18th. Yeah, check out the rest of our videos we do here. We play video games. Normally, we actually play them while we're talking about them, as opposed to this setup here. But yeah, thanks for driving, Bill.
Thanks for making fun of my driving.
Thanks for showing off those two guns you got there.
Yeah,
and driving like that, like you did.
Shut up, Max.
All right, go to Destructoid.com for all things about stuff. Actually, Alessandro Filari has a write up over on Destructoid, which we'll put a link to as well.
It'll be much more comprehensive.
I'm gonna go drink a coffee. Goodbye.